Hello darlings, we have another very important video with lots to tell you because my life is just full of adventures. And we have got coming up Venus retrogrades. Venus makes a 5-flowered petal flower that you see here every 8 years. 8 years ago, we had the London Olympics in Greenwich, and I had just bought my last home. On the opening ceremony, I had bought a massive guest house on the walk that goes along the Greenwich ley line, and I spent 1 month with the owners who had the house before me to learn how to run it, and the house was full of guests and people, and I actually fell and hit my head, opened my head open, fell unconscious, and found myself when I woke up screaming for help, or just little, help, help. And I was transmuting. That house was on the 00 ley line of the Greenwich ley line, London Olympics, and I was in the house just a week before the London Olympic opening. Now, the London Olympics, a lot of you will have seen, there's a video going round showing the predicative programming of everything that we are living now, of this COVID-19 coronavirus. Everything was predicatively programmed in that London Olympics. So I'm not sure, I'm not going to take you to see the video, but so that was 8 years ago, and it takes Venus 8 years to do this flower, this journey. Okay, so the 2012 Olympics would have been before this flower was set off. We're in this flower now, and we are about to have, in May, this 2020 boucle, this loop, so the loop, the wolf journey. Now this flower is, they talk about the Fibonacci flower, we've got the Da Vinci Code man, and this flower represents our heart frequency, and Venus rules the heart, and Venus is the green, it's green. We've got Mars red, the root bottom chakra, then Jupiter, the sacrum, desire, then we've got the sun and the moon, which is our solar plexus, and then we go above the belt to the heart, and that is your ability to go from animal, flesh, ego, Mars at the bottom, desire, Jupiter, and then we reach, after the solar plexus, our belly button, we come into the heart, and the heart is that green Aurus Boreas. And that's why the guy of the World Health Organization is the Irishman, the green man, and that's why we've got in the news all the time, I've been through it in all my videos, Momo the Irishman, that froze 39 Chinese people in a red and white lorry, and he makes the green man. So red and white merge. The air of the age we go into, Aquarius, we're leaving Pisces, white Europe, we're going into NASA, North America, South America, the true twin peaks. North America is Aquarius, red air, and Capricorn is black earth, high cardinal woman, and that's where the planets are about to enter. So you also know that in my village in Aignan, where exactly a year ago today was Easter Day, when Mars was on Aldebaran, which is the heart. So this is, let's go to today. So at the moment we've got Venus right on Aldebaran. This time last year Venus will be going backwards. I'm going to be showing you all this. Venus, Mars exactly 1 year ago, as we see in Odyssey 2001, Mars was on Aldebaran, and as 8 bulls were killed, my dog was sacrificed happy. And My village is next to the town where supposedly D'Artagnan was born. Lupiac, which is in the name of Romanus and Remus, the two Roman Republic twins. That is your Range Rover, Rolls Royce. That is the connection that we've had with the man of 101 years old surviving coronavirus in Italy and then again in England. 101 is the through the mirror gateway that we are going through, the Solomon gateway, to get into the true twin peaks. So this is the true twin peaks, Capricorn and Aquarius. North America, South America, we leave Pisces white, we enter red air. And they want to crown the green man, the Joker. That's why we have Momo, who froze. So they want to freeze our heart, which is this electromagnetic spin, which is what the labyrinth is, which is in my village on the road of Saint-Saturnin, Saturn. And Saint-Saturnin was killed, dragged behind bulls for saying what myself and Lavette are saying about this true Twin Peaks. So we are about to have this boucle. So that takes 40 days and 40 nights to go backwards. We were enclosed in our homes for the 40 days, 40 nights. Venus entered on the 30th of the 3rd, which was the day that we had the Saturn and Mars conjunction in Capricorn. And at that same moment, Venus hits Taurus. And now that 40 days, 40 nights. And now she's going to go backwards. I haven't counted exactly the days, but she will definitely be going backwards for 40 days and 40 nights from the 11th of May. So this is the labyrinth in my village. This is the bull's eye. That's why D'Artagnan means dart in Aignan. Aignan is the name of my village. Aignan comes from the word spider. The wheel is going back to the Maltese cross, which is the logo of coronavirus, and it's the back to front Da Vinci Code. Vinci Code is VC, and coronavirus is CV. So the whole planet has been closed in, focusing on CV, creating the right swastika spin. This is why we had the nurses and doctors doing the time warp Rocky Horror dance show, a jump to the left, a jump to the right. And as Venus goes backwards, that will set off the anti-clockwise, the antichrist spin. So Lupiac, the village just next to where I am, they celebrated 8 years, of course, last year for 2019, COVID-19. Of a festival of D'Artagnan. It's the dart in the bull's eye. This is the bull's eye Aldebaran, and they want to take the power of this Taurus for Mars, because when the planets go back to the Twin Peaks, when we have Aquarius and Capricorn merging as one, so will all the other fixed and cardinal signs. Scorpio and Libra will become one. They want to trap us on this fake 13th sign. We become the observer of this divine comedy that we are living in. Divine comedy is the code. Vine, Da Vinci. The vine is the viticulture of the grapes that go from the grapes to spirit, which is what we should have done at the end of this age. We should have gone from Virgo, Corona, to Victor, Pisces, to have made that 12th door out of the invisible. So we've got these guys that are going to become the West Way. We've got Scorpio and Libra that become the Solstice. And underneath we've got Taurus, which makes the spin. So that spin is going to be set off from May. And at the moment, we've got in Sagittarius, we're going to have at the same time Saturn, Pluto, and Jupiter going backwards, which will set off the Phoenix, Nazi, 33 T-Rex Scotty, sword in the stone. Aignan is like D'Artagnan is the, so D'Artagnan is the true thalamus, the lamb, the thalamus, the true third eye. And the agneau, the Lord of the Rings, agneau in French, lamb is the ring. So this is all about the Olympics. So 8 years from the London Olympics to now is the 5 rings. And I'm going to be showing you, I'm going to be explaining to you a lot about this 5. So let me take you, before I show you the posts, and let me take you through this journey. So we're now on the 21st, and we've got Venus right on Capella right now, which is the tip of the Milky Way, and we've got Deneb as the other tip of the Milky Way. So maybe if I just show you without, okay, so you see the ring, of the Milky Way. So we've got Capella is really the tip, and Deneb is the other tip. These 2 tips of them, we've got Venus right now on that tip. Okay, let's put this back. Right. So Venus rules feminine Taurus, which is the cow, and also Libra, Omega. So they want to keep us on Aries, Libra, Alpha, Omega. Aries is ruled by Mars and Libra is ruled by Venus. And now for the new solstice, we're going to have Scorpio and Libra. Scorpio is also ruled by Mars, and opposite we're going to have Taurus and Aries. So let me just show you. Taurus and Aries is opposite Aries and Taurus here. So these guys are going to be opposite. Let's do it like this. They're going to be opposites. Okay, just bear with me. Oh, so here we go. Taurus, Aries, opposites, Scorpio and Libra. I know these guys are a lot smaller, but you see this opposition. This will be the new solstice, and we'll have Aquarius and Capricorn here, and the sun and the moon become the east door, the east. That's why I'll be showing you what's going on in the east, but that is China, that is Australia, that is Pakistan, where we're going to have on the 21st of June a total solar eclipse, which is Prince William's birthday. I mean, I can't tell you, I'm going to be taking you from there to then. So you don't forget, they want to tell us that Solomon, this is the 101 gateway, and this is the gateway that takes us into the true twin peaks of Aquarius and Capricorn here. So Cancer and Leo is Solomon. So Mars rules Aries and Mars rules Scorpio. So they want to keep Mars as Aries, but Taurus. So we've got Venus that rules Taurus, Venus that rules Libra, Aries that rules Scorpio, Mars that rules Scorpio, and Mars that rules Aries. And they want to take the energy of the Taurus to keep, so that Mars, the masculine, Aries, keeps the rule of the Mars, and they want to use, this is Lucifer, the Lord, the wisdom, the snake on the pole. You're meant to have gone to find that wisdom, to carry it on your shoulders as Aquarius. But if you haven't found it, this Libra is used as Lucifer. So Venus, they want to keep for Libra, and they want to keep the Mars for Aries and take away our true solstice energy, which is Isis, Scorpio, and Taurus, which is feminine. Okay, so showing you now what's going on. So we've got, right now, we've got the moon and Mercury and the sun in Pisces. And we're about to have a new moon, a new black moon, a new cycle. And there's the moon coming up. Boom. On the 23rd, so a whole cycle in the energy of, this is going to go into Aries. Let's put it into Aries. It's the moon. Okay, so this moon here is in Aries, okay? It's in Aries, and the sun, and they are on this 33rd degree. Can you see there? 33, 33. So we've got a new black moon in their Aries Ra. They want to use and keep us in thou shalt not have any other lord but me, Aries, on this 33rd degree new moon. And then we've got, oh yeah, and on that day as well, okay, then we've got on the 1st of May, May Day, help me, we've got the Sun, Mercury, and Uranus. Uranus is in here as well. We can't see it, but he's there. So Uranus, sudden shocks, nervous system, Uranus in Aries with the Sun and Mercury all conjunct in Aries. So that is anger, angry ram, explosion for May Day. And this is the preparation to let us out. And this is all the preparation of the fear of the gates. You see, this whole focus that everyone's putting on Bill Gates. Bill Gates is just the BG, Billy Goat, the Baphomet. The Baphomet is the ram, it's not the goat. And this is going to set off the whole vaccine Billy Goat, but this is to kill her, Capella, the goat, so that we all hate, as in 101 Dalmatians, Cruella de Vil, CV, coronavirus, or the Ice Queen in Narnia, the mature grown-up woman, those with wisdom, to kill her, Capricorn. And this is what's about to be set off. So then we've got on the 11th, the day they're going to set us off, let us out, we'll have the Sun still in Aries, got Mercury in Taurus, and we've got Venus right on that horn, the horn, and this star here is very important. Well, you can go and look up that horn of where Venus is, and then she starts to go backwards. So this is her backwards. And this is 40 days and 40, and then she goes around the bullseye, Aldebaran. And that is going to be whilst we have the solar eclipse, which is going to be on the 21st of the 6th, Prince William's birthday. So bang for the eclipse, we've got Venus right on Aldebaran. Let me show you the eclipse. Okay, so this eclipse, the Sun and the Moon, we've got the head of the snake, so it spent 18 months going over Gemini, which is Sirius, and we've got the tail of the snake, which has spent 18 months going over Altair, the Phoenix. And at this same time, we now have Pluto, Jupiter, and Saturn, the good, the bad, and the ugly, going backwards from Capricorn. Jupiter and Pluto haven't quite hit Capricorn yet, but Saturn is coming back from Capricorn into Sagittarius. We've got the Sun and the Moon in Gemini, the twins. This is the axis they want to keep us on in this masculine energy, because they don't want us to hit the Taurus, Scorpio. Mars rules Scorpio, Venus rules Taurus, and Venus bang on Aldebaran. And Mercury bang retrograde as well. Mercury retrograde on Sirius. So this is the Sun King. This is King William, the Lion King, keeping us in Babylon. And we're going to have Mars, not very good at all, in Pisces, keeping us in all this invisible realm. Leviathan, beast of the unconscious. Uranus making a square to Jupiter and all these guys going backwards. And this big triangle between Mars in Pisces. Oh my God, this big square. Wowee. Well, that is your Midsummer Night's Dream. That is releasing the Kali energy as well. This is the tongue sticking out, Kali. And this is Venus doing her work to take the energy of Taurus, to keep us in the material realm, the black magic woman. This is all about our values. Okay, so that is the most important things that you need to know now, which is about to happen, and that is wowee. And we've got these guys who will be going retrograde. Let's go back to now, and I'll show you. So focusing now on Saturn. Watch him. Okay, so in May, they are going backwards. Off they go. And this is the big Tempest pendulum swing. So not only is Venus doing her dance, she will, oh yes, and that is the other massive thing that I have to show you, is look at this. Look at this. We've got, for that eclipse, we've got the sun right, the sun and the moon on the wand of Merlin. So they tell us that the pyramids of Giza are here on the belt of Orion. And don't forget that Orion is the same character that they put up here as Ophiuchus, the 13th sign to trap us in. So they consider us now trapped in this 777 triangle. And this is Merlin. This is the absolute magic. So as Venus is on the bullseye, the Philosopher's Stone, we've got this eclipse right on Merlin. And it's actually in Taurus. Let's just see when that hits. What time that hits. Gemini. So at that time there it's Gemini. Okay, the sun is in Gemini. And the moon is in Gemini. So on the 21st, goes out of Taurus, and we get the eclipse in Gemini. And this is what they want, because the head of the snake and the tail of the snake for D-Day 9/9 that I've done in my last videos, we've got this head of the snake going into Taurus, and we've got this tail of the snake going into Scorpio. So this is going to be a big time, and let me show you now. Let me just read to you this, and I have to tell you what happened to my dog. So the cow Taurus was never a bull. She is feminine, earth heart. She is the electromagnetic pulse of life. She is the black magic woman, but Santana and the Aldebaran philosophers soared in the bullseye tone, word in the tone, sword in the stone, turned her into the Bible. So this eclipse is on Midsummer Night's Dreamer, and the moons of Uranus are the names of the 7 characters of the fairies in Midsummer Night's Dream. Venus rules Taurus, feminine earth, and Libra, masculine air. They have been inverted to create Lucifer and the pentagram, and she is the 5 5-petaled flower of life, as in the rings of the Olympics, that has been turned into the 5 rings of the Olympics, or the angular Angus 5-pointed star of Venus in Libra Omega or Europa, or the flat Fibonacci code. Currently, Venus is at home in Taurus, and from the 11th of the 5th, the day they let us out, she goes retro and makes a flower petal in the sky for 40 days and 40 nights. Lucy in the sky with diamonds is Lucifer Libra, not Taurus the cow. As Saturn and Jupiter goes retro too. Remember, and Pluto, yeah. Remember how gentle the true cow is before the free martins turned her sterile into the Bible. From the 11th to the 5th, the day they let you out to make the anti-clockwise Antichrist spin, as Saturn, Pluto and Jupiter will go retro in Sagittarius. This is the Ecozyle balls of fire, great balls of fire. Akka, the good, the bad and the ugly, on the Phoenix Alta 33 T-Rex Scotty Wright. In Sagittarius, fire, mutable fire from Capricorn. Venus goes retro in Taurus, the Bible, Akka, the cow, Lavash, Kiri. Electromagnetic right-left maypole spin is Mayday, Midi, Help Me, and Nous les Petits Anglais, a famous French film which means give us the English, give us the English. The heart, earth beat. She makes a 5-petal flower every 8 years, just as this distance from 2012 to 2020. When she retros backwards for 40 days and 40 nights. Her last retro is 2023 of this 5 flower that she's making. She will go retro for 40 days and 40 nights from the now. I keep repeating that, okay? This is what 5G is all about, freezing you to stone. When your heart is full of hate, you get 8 by the 8. So everyone focusing on Bill Gates as the big baddie, he is designed to create your hate, because just like with all good narcissists, whether you're full of love or hate, it's the same energy, the love and the light. That's why it's so important to be neutral now. 5D is the gateway through. So these are the 2 extremes, 5D love, 5G hate. So you've got to be in the middle, both are traps. Through the heart gap. They want to anchor her, to kill her. Mary Poppins, to pop you, to fix you, freeze you, as Momo the Irish man froze 39 Chinese in a red-white lorry to become the green man that owns her heart. 39 is 369, the 360 wheel. To turn you to salt like Lot's wife, you need to spin like Charlotte's web, or you are spun in the Tesla web, 369. Tesla means Tissier. This is why we've got Elon Musk and his Tesla cars. Elon Musk is playing the role of Formerholt, the true third eye, that he is D'Artagnan. Okay, if you've seen all my videos, you've got this. Venus entered Taurus, the cow, not the bull, on the 30th, 3rd, 33, as Clampdown hit, and she goes backwards as the sun is on the 33rd degree. So you get that. They need the mirror every time. 3-3 back to front to back is 8. 3-3 back to front is 8. That makes 88. 88 was the age of Rolf Harris, that when he was taken away for pedophilia, taken in a Range Rover, and his the immaculation of his car, big black RR Range Rover, Romulus and Remus, Roman Republic, was C. Bad Wolf. I mean, you can't make this up. So that is Lupercalia, where D'Artagnan is. And that is the Valentine's Day connection. The heart, Cupid, the heart, to put an arrow in the heart, the dart in the heart of D'Artagnan. That's why my dog was sacrificed last year. He was happy. Let's hope they don't want to kill Glorious. Happy and glorious. I better not go home is all I can say. I better stay hidden here. But I've still got this story to tell you about what happened to my other dog, Knack, this week. I mean, you're not going to believe it. I actually lived picnic at Hanging Rock with him. Anyway, let's carry on. So, Clampdown hit England with Saturn Mars conjunct in Capricorn, the name of the rose, where the heart chakra or of Glastonbury is connected. There is a direct line from my village to the heart Glastonbury. You see, maybe Glastonbury is all connected with Merlin. I haven't worked out if it's, I don't think it's, that's why they put Merlin at the English tour, and that's why they began 5G testing for Glastonbury last year. It's connected to the village Enyon, where the labyrinth is in a direct line to Tor Glastonbury. I've got some woman stalking me, who is really in the essence of the Black Widow spider. You know, I've come to open the gateway of the true 8-wheel, and I've got the Black Widow. I can't tell you what I'm living. Anyway, I can keep above it all, no problem. So, comes from the araignée spider, the wheel returns to Twin Peaks, and 8-wheel, or 8 by the Bill Gate, Wolf, Loop, 8, Lupiac. Not for nothing in the village next door is D'Artagnan, Aka D'Artagnan, the dart in the araignée, spider labyrinth. Inanna is the weaver of the wheel. Okay, not for nothing that Lupercalia Valentine's Day RR Festival is the home of the Wolf, Luke, twins, the Bible, twins of her heart. They want to put a dart in the bullseye to kill her. RR Romulus and Remus, twins, Bible, bulb, Roman Republic, Range Rover is the 4-4 spin of the 4-wheel drive of the swastika. That's why Rolf, blah, blah, what I've just told you. And this is what, we're going through the gateway. This is the 101, and this is connected to the story I'm going to tell you about NAC. To the Twin Peaks, you have to get through Leo and Cancer, which is going to become the East door. They want to keep you on the East, in the doors, the spinning doors, the song, the end. He says the West is the best. The West is the beast. The West is now going to be Saturn, Formerholt, the true third eye, the thalamus, Aquarius and Capricorn. You need to get through the East door, through the fear, the 101 gateway, to get to the true Twin Peaks. That's why these people slandering my name and this little so-called astrologer saying that the lion, Babylon, and the moon are going to be, no, in the Bible God says there will be no need for the sun and the moon, because we will have merged the head and the tail of the snake. Our north-south nodes becomes one. So, you know, it's a bit like the East door merges with the West door. We merge. There's no more. The Milky Way expands and contracts. It breathes. So, 88 plus 12 is the 101. Lupiac, Zodiac, signs, seasons. It's a Solomon 101 to the Twin Peaks. And we will return to the electromagnetic spin of freedom. They want to crucify us on the fixed cross. They use Venus, Omega, Libra as Lucifer to make the pentagram, the flat Fibonacci to kill the Da Vinci Code. The last 8 is 2023. So in 2023, we've got the last loop of this last flower. They want to trap you before the 21/12/2020 for the Great Conjunction. So let's look at these pictures. So here you see the 5th element of Luke. This is the ether to get her, the ether together, ether. So the quintessential is going to be the last spin. We've got the 4 elements. These are the 4 fixed stars. I'm going to be taking you to show you something very important about this 5 with this 2. And this is why this flower and this spin is so important. And this is why this is the swastika. It's the same thing as the swastika spin this. You see, you've got to have thorns, Game of Thrones, thorns, Jesus, that's why they save. That's why at Notre Dame there is the window, which is the rose window. You'll be seeing it in these pictures. So this is the journey. And this is what they want to close you into. They want, you see, he's meant to be like a butterfly, moving. This is an eternal. This is the Taurus opposite Scorpio. Scorpio opens into an eternal fountain of the bi-bulb. The bull means just the bi-bulb of the spin, but they want to trap you in this angular 5-pointed star. Okay, this is the journey. the dance between the Sun and Venus. The right-left spin, so you've all been focusing on the positive right spin, and now we're going to have the left spin. It's like an elastic band. They pull back and they're going to let you go, so you're all like children in kindergarten. Yeah, we're going to go out, we're going to party. And, you know, where energy goes, where focus goes, energy flows. So you are setting off the spin yourself. You know, we are musical instruments. Here is your Rolls-Royce Roman Republic. So that's why Momo was in the red and white lorry that froze. And he is the Momo Green Man Irishman. This is the logo of the WHO. This is the wreath, the corona of the WHO. Julius Caesar. This is life. This is the wheel. This is life. These are the waves. There are no points. There's nothing angular. And this is the gap that we're going through now. We're going into Sodom and Gomorrah. I mean, honestly, people going around wearing Michael Jackson masks. That's why Michael Jackson wore masks. Because this is your entry into the Mr. Tumnus, the Green Man. You know, you've got to get through the gateway, through the gap. You've got to be neutral in the middle. This is your AD, BC. And this is the logo, which is the spin of the coronavirus, which is the umbrella, singing in the rain, spin. So these are the 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's why the World Health Organization has a wheel of 8 as well, with the sword and the snake in it, because you haven't found the wisdom. This is the Templar cross. This is the Maltese cross. The wheel is going to go back to Twin Peaks. We're going to have Scorpio, Libra here, Taurus, Aries here. I'll show you on another wheel. We're going to have Solomon, East door, and Aquarius, Capricorn on the West Way door. So they want to trap you in this Fibonacci flower of life, flat in this fake 13th sign, in a never-ending waging war with the snake, communism, fascism, socialism, all merged as one, and you're going to think it's happy chappy land. This is Saint Martin. This is the 1-1. This is the death day, and the last Venus retrograde began in 2018 on the 11th of the 11th on Saint Martin's Day. That's why my son's Russian play was opened at the Tabernacle where they kill the sheep in London, Death of the Girl. This is Saint Martin. This is the fixed cross. They don't tell us we're going back to a twin peak. This is the Free Martin, the bulls to make us sterile. Aldebaran, Baron. This is the end of the female. They want to kill the female. This is the signing of the armistice. That's why the Amy Winehouse lookalike Eliza was killed in Villers-Cotterêts, VC, where the armistice was signed and where Joan of Arc was burnt in Compiègne, where I lived for 20 years. Okay, there's your cross. This is the cow. The bull is a cow, and the rose. This is your Tesla. This is the image they show us at the Momo scene of the frozen people. This is the M and the W of the Milky Way. And this is the 369, keeping you stuck in the triangle when this is an eternal spin. Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe, keeping you stuck in the 101. Narnia land, they want to keep you in Leo Cancer. They want to put Leo Cancer 101 at the top. No, the Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe is your 369 trap with the Green Man. There's Mr. Tumnus, Romulus, and Remus. This is the Ram. This is Aries. That's why they've called Bill Gates Billy Goat. So you hate the goat. So you hate the female Earth. This is the female reproductive system. And this is who they want. They want to keep you stuck on the Boris Johnson, Michael Jackson, Babylonian Judaism cross. This is Altair. This is the Doomsday Day, Die and Dodi D-Day waltz, Disney, dance, which we are entering into now. This is the 3 ostrich feathers, which is just the fleur de lis, which is your 369, which is the Trinity, keeping you always in the mother, father, child Trinity, so you don't return to the Twin Peaks and become grown-ups. This is the triangle, 777, or VVV, which makes 22, 22, 22, which is your 66. This is 7 and 7. 77 makes a triangle for the 777. The V for victory, 1 V, 2 Vs. And this is the contrast. This is the French and the English. This is your 8. This is your spin. So the French look at the head. This is the decapitation. Religion, morality. These are the 2 extremes of the light and the dark. Atheism and religion. You've got to be in the middle. Misery, happiness. That's why they brought up English girls to be so sweet and pure, and they brought up French girls to have hell hath no fury and to have the Kali energy. But you've got to be in the middle of both. So this is your wreath of the Who, the RR, the Gemini 2. So this is everything we've got. We've got Mercury on retrograde, the twins, on Sirius, which is the keeper, Osiris, the keeper of the 4 corners. This is your Osiris, Sirius, Osiris. I mean, they couldn't have a perfect Lion King Narnia ceremony to keep us in Arslan, Aslan. So this is the pi symbol, the 1618, to keep you stuck. This is your apple yard in Picnic at Hanging Rock. These are the 5. This is the apple. This is Apple, Steve Jobs. This is the apple in Adam and Eve, to eat the apple, to know the wisdom. You either know the wisdom and start to spin, or you are stuck in the Bee Gees beehive, staying alive. Pirates to pilots. This is the whole Manchester, the chest. This is the beast of the Leviathan that they want you to bring up with the unconscious collective coming out of the sea. Jupiter rules Pisces and Sagittarius. We're going into Saturn. Saturn, if this is to keep you stuck in the red dragon they want to bring up from the unconscious collective. That's why Manchester has been bought by the Saudi Arabians. Okay, this is the Sirius, this is the Persian king of the 4 corners, this is Babylon, this is your Aslan, and this is the sword of the Pakistan. This is all the East Indian Company that I explained in my last video. You've got to get through this loop. 2-way spin. It's a 777 again to keep you stuck. Okay, this is the spin. You want to be in the middle. There's the green man. This is Momo, wanting to be Lord of the Rings. No, Saturn is Lord of the Rings. They've demonized. So you fall for Aries, Ra. You need 4 legs to spin. Okay, he's doing a butterfly. He's got to do the butterfly dance. Otherwise you are crucified in the 5-pointed star. So you see the wheel is going back. We're going to have, this, don't look at that, but this we're going to have, that was the wheel before. We're now moving to Capricorn, Aquarius, Taurus, Aries, opposite Scorpio, Libra, and these 2 opposite Leo and the Sun. Okay. This is what we're going into. This is Mars on Aldebaran. That was the day they killed my dog last year, when 8 bulls were killed. This is the 369, clockwork orange. This is what they would be, anger they want to bring up in everybody. Got to be the rose with the thorns. Ayat chest. Now the hand of God, Fatima, is, I showed you in my videos, we had the hand of God in the sky, and for the 2112 Great Conjunction, we've got the other hand of God, the two hands, that's the 5-5. The 5-5, you need the double 5 to have this spin. So Venus path in the sky over 8 years is so perfectly symmetrical that it outlines an 8-petaled flower. Who had a flower with 8 petals as one of their symbols? You guessed it, Inanna. She was the weaver. Now this is the trap. I know that The Dark Crystal is a great film, but they are kind of trapping us in the triangle. They're talking of the Great Conjunction, but for them it's probably the eclipse coming up. You know, everything is twisted. They wouldn't have given us the perfect. We've got the 5 here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5 pointed. So these are the Fatima, the Arabic. This is what you have in the hand of Fatima. 5-5. This is the Queen Bee, the Fleur de Lis. This is what they want to crown the Queen Bee, to keep you stuck in the beehive, staying alive. And that is the Queen 39, which is the 369. The 9 is a 6 or a 9. And this is the French hunting horn. HH is 88. H is the 8th letter. Hunting horn is the last. That's why that girl was killed, the Amy Winehouse lookalike, by 93 dogs in a French hunt. That was the last horn. And inside the horn you have the labyrinth. This is the Green Irishman of the Who. There you are, trapped in your triangle. And this is the Phoenix of Altair again. And there you have the two hands of Fatima, which is also the north and south node. They have to merge as one. And there's your labyrinth in the hunting horn. And this is the very good film that explains everything going on. That is that upside down V that we've been trapped in, that they put of William Blake on the top of St. Paul's. That same image is your Rolls Royce. And there we've got the wreath, the United Nations, and the Who is the same one. Just the serpent in the middle. There's the serpent's tongue in the... There's the Templar, and here we've got man clothed in flesh. And they're going to make you do the ritual yourselves with this coronavirus. They're going to set this spin off from the first. Medusa, this too is coming up. That is the window of Notre Dame. These are the 4 corners. I have to show you something very important. There's the snake of the Who. Exactly. Got Mars, Venus, Jupiter, Gemini, and Mercury. You see, there's no Saturn in there. They've got rid of Saturn. This is keeping you in the flesh. They're using, you know, you're meant to, the heart, Venus, and Mercury is meant to be your voice. And if you don't find your voice, you've got the moon in the mix there too. And that is the anchor of the bullseye. And there's that spin, the spin. Okay. Okay, I just want to look with you at when we've got the Medusa going on. So this is now. We're going to have the new moon. We're going to have the new moon. We're going to have the new moon in Aries on the 23rd. And it's going to be on the eye. You know, it's literally on the eye of the beast of Leviathan, of your unconscious collective. My God. So this is all the vaccine heights of you creating the beast with Bill Gates. All this hate and love colliding together, people wanting vaccines. As you know, it really is the division bell. That's why you have the the MOsque, the guy in Notre Dame, the theatre play Notre Dame, and he rings his bell, the division bell of Pink Floyd. Moses splitting the sea. This is Moses. This is Aries splitting the Red Sea. This is the separation of the tar and the. So then on the 24th, and the moon is going to join under here. Let's see when we get boom. So on that 511, the sun is on Medusa. The sun is on Medusa. We've got Venus on the tip of the horn. So this is the hunting horn. This is the horn. And she goes backwards. And we've got the sun on Medusa. And we will have just had that conjunction as well of Mercury with Uranus. There, wow, okay, so let me show you now. This is a video which they've brought out, and this is what I was explaining to you. See, people watching this video, these are the two XX chromosomes of the female of the twin sisters, the sister chromosomes. That's everything to do with the cotton. Manchester was where they began the cotton industry. The cotton wheel is the chromosomes that you have to organize now to get straight, So by putting this kind of video, which is, you know, basically making the hate against Bill Gates, when Bill Gates is the gate, it's the 101 gates. It's all a show, gang. You know, that we're going to split, that we're going to be splitting worlds. There's nothing to worry about. We're not going to be hanging around with people who haven't made it through. You know, this is just to create more hate. Look at them both. The two, this is to kill the sister chromosomes. Okay, and the other thing I want to show you now, get rid of this, is, so, I have to show you, let's go through my posts. Oh, let's show you Lars. This is Lars, and this comes from his site, Alchemist Spiritual Chakra Astrology, and this is very good. As mankind walks through life, the connection to the life force of the universe and Mother Earth are driven through the nervous system and chakras, which are the connection stations of that specific area of one's body. At the top, they connect one to your consciousness, subconscious, dreams, and imaginations. This is the true connection to what is called the spirit realm. That's what the Michelangelo God touching man's finger. That's when you become half man, half spirit. But they want to keep you in the below the belt, animalistic flesh, which is pure consciousness and everything to do to contain spirit, created out of the consciousness universe. When confusion leads to fear, the connection begins to shut down and the decline starts downwards in the chakras towards only fight and flee. When they decline as well is powered of all the chemicals we have in us, from food and medicine, etc. The cocktail is complete. When the narrative and civilization decline, this disease of fear comes sneaking all the way into one's bones, and one is lost. When one is lost, the government will provide one with a solution, which is a vaccination that will completely shut one's chakras down and split one's heart in two. The heart will from then only be a blood pump and will no more deliver chakra energy to your divine twins in the brain. From then one will only be a recycling body and flesh, blood and biokinism. The chakras to the spirit world will be gone through one's life circle. The never-ending loop is 369, flesh without spirit. You need the 12th door for the spirit. So you see the green is, you either, if you don't awaken your heart and create your own Bible spin, you cannot make it through the gate 8. This is the gate 8H hunting horn. Everything is doubled. 8-8. You need, it's the mirror reflection. So it's an 8-8, which is the 3-3-3-3. That's why Clampdown was on the 30th of the 3rd, 3-3, and they're letting you out as Venus goes back when the sun is conjunct to the Aries 33 star of Sheraton. Okay, this is 101 Dalmatians, Cruella de Vil. This is the black and white, Pisces opposite Virgo, Jesus opposite Mary Magdalene, Victor opposite Corona, and they want to keep you stuck in grey, 50 Shades of Grey. This is from Bugsy Malone, the final scene. Again, you see the black and white. This is the sexual energy of, you know, pedophilia coming all over children. That's what this white is. And they're going to lead you into the happy clappy. There's going to be the big fights, as in this scene. And then everything's going to be happy chappy. But you see in that scene, there's Bugsy and his girlfriend, which don't get any white shit on them because they get to the Twin Peaks and they drive off. So that was a film showing us again, Chitty Chitty Bang Bang, the children that we're going into. This is a Lavette video you must watch. Okay, this is the Baphomet, this is the goat, this is the five-pointed star of Venus. This is the conjunction, Saturn and Jupiter, the two fingers. This is keeping us in Brad and Janet, Jack and Jill, the children, Gemini. You know, this is the ram. This is not the billy goat. The goat is Saturn, and Saturn is the true Twin Peaks. Okay, this is that. I will put this at the on a link so you see this. Okay, now this is, again, coming back to Picnic at Hanging Rock, which is in all my videos. And this is because I tell you the story of what happened. On Friday, I went shopping. And in the little village where I went shopping, there is a... well, before we come to my story... honestly... Before we come to my story, let me explain to you something very important. This is the tarot card, The World. And the tarot card, The World, is a girl with a mask in an 8 loop. Okay, so I'm going to show you. So here you've got the 4 fixed stars, the spin, you've got Aquarius, you've got Scorpio, which is the eagle, you've got Taurus, the ox, and you've got Leo, the lion. And they want to keep us trapped with the mask. That's why we're all wearing masks. Okay, you need to have the spin. So what I need to show you, so you understand this. Okay, we need to read this. These are the 5 archetypes. The World Wide Web WWW Tarot is the Taurus field Venus spin, Anima and Persona, the mask, MOsque, musketeer, must fall. And you are being damasked artificially. The microcosm and the macrocosm. Humanity has been focused on the microcosm, and now you will be flipped to know the macrocosm. The bigger picture must be known before finding the inner. It's reversed and perversed. So you never join the 2 twin peaks. Persona. How am I being perceived? What do others think of me? How does what others think of me affect the situation? Shadow. What am I ashamed of? What do I want to hide and not acknowledge? Anima, what is my divine feminine saying? If was thinking only of my happiness, what would I do? Animus, what is my divine masculine saying? What should I consider? What are my drives or my duties? Self, what does my heart of hearts want? What are my true desires? The 5-pointed star is a spinning flower, but until you know the 5 Fibonacci archetypes, you cannot spin your own real Ali-T, cotton wheel of DNA, and we are crucified back into the material wheel as Leo da Vinci. This is the code to decode in the divine cod, com-me-d. The 4 fixed stars, Aquarius, man, air, Fomalhaut, the lamb, the thalamus, the eagle, Scorpio, Antares, water, bull, cow, Taurus, Aldebaran, earth, and Leo, Regulus, fire, the lion. You need the 4 corners to find the spin of ether spirits. So you've got the persona archetype. You can go and read that all on your own. The shadow archetype, the anima archetype, the animus, and the self. So that again is just going over the same kind of pictures, but here is your mask. You are being demasked. Who are you really? What kind of mask are you holding up to get yourself out of being crucified in the eights? Okay, you have to come and watch these 2 videos of a wonderful girl, Vicky S, who joins Incredible Dots, but she doesn't get the astrology. So, but this gives a really good angle to everything without the astrology. But it's all just myths. It's all just astrology. She's done 2 brilliant videos, Corvids of the Crown Part 2 and Corvids of the Crown Part 1. I'll put them at the bottom as well. Okay, this is something I've written, important. It is becoming increasingly obvious now that the whole Bill Gates BG staying alive in the 5G beehive Billy Goat and the Doctor Who CV crap and the Israel-Palestine gang, all this show we live will all collapse in one big heap, because they will use this as the baddie, as Hitler was used to give you Europe. The big F giant, G, the BFG giant, is used to be the 2020 vision gateway into the new LOL, Lucifer our Lord, fake New Age cage. We will become one happy chappy family. People like David Icke and Laura Eisenhower, Julian Assange and Greta CC, climate change will then become the heroes, and liberty, equality and fraternity will become your gods. And we will be led into the galactic, NASA, Noah's Ark, life on Mars, Dr. Doolittle and Noah Hyde Law, Doctor Who Doolittle, Elon Musk, New Age cage. And the people will feel like the heroes, so the blue pill will win from the red pill, and the Pleiades, Orion's belt, Aka Ophiuchus, the fake 13th sign, and Spica, the Virgo blue star, so you've got all these blue alien bullshit, will be the Earth vibe, so Capricorn, Black Earth, and Aquarius, air. Oh, please, people. Okay. So, where was... No, please. Sorry. I don't know how to turn that off. I thought by turning that off, I turned it off. So, the Pleiadians... and Aquarius air, red, the true twin peaks are replaced by Mars, Aries, and Venus, Taurus, and the fake Aldebaran bullseye gang. They create the baddie so you get your problem, reaction, solution, and all humanity will be as happy as Larry walking into a brave new world. Only a very small percentage of us will see through and we will be wiped out. Now, don't take that to somebody got very upset with me putting that. But we're not hanging around, gang. This is the separation of the tares and the wheats. You know, there's 2 realities. You get what you believe and what you think. So I'm not seeing a drastic thing happening, but, you know, people who can't see through get the New Age cage. There is a lineal existence. That those of us who get through the 8 leave. As in the Truman Show, but the wheels on the bus go round and round, and that's how it goes. Not everyone sees through the crap trap this time round. I can't watch. I'm doing a reading. But the wheels on the bus go round and round, and that's how it goes, and everyone sees through the crap trap this time. I'm going to just try and turn off. Yeah, people think I'm distant. I don't mean to be distant, but, you know, I've done 5 readings in 10 days. I spend 2 days per reading. Each reading I do for people is like a piece of art, plus all my posts, plus all my work. So please be patient with me, everybody, because I give out so much of my energy, and I know that some people think I'm distant, but I do have family, I do have children, I do have friends and people I need to talk to too. Okay, so this is so obvious what they're doing. Here, the Icke-Eisenhower dance. So you've got David Icke and Laura Eisenhower. Icke-Eisenhower had the liberation on the Champs-Élysées, which was the beginning of the V for Victory, Liberty, Equality, Fraternity, which is the 777, Hope, Faith and Charity, you know, Nucleus, Trinity, Trap. So, so this is title of video is a message. So yeah, she does a video to the government. So, you know, all of you focusing on not wanting vaccines and there's going to be 2 realities. There's nothing we can do now. We don't have to have vaccines. We can politely decline. There are ways to get out of the vaccines. You know, we do not have to live this Sodom and Gomorrah reality. We just don't look back. In the Bible, Lot's wife looks back and she's turned to stone. We got to now just come out of the show, come out of the play. Okay, let's continue down because I have to show you what happened to me with NAC. So, as I was telling you, I went off to go shopping. So here we are, and I thought I wanted to go and see these caves. So these caves. Oh, somebody's phoning me now. Oh my God. Okay. So I went to see these caves. I had no idea that where I was going to be like in Avatar, so beautiful. And these caves are called Salaman crystal rocks. So there I am walking down these hills thinking, oh, well, I'll just go down and see the river. And I lost Knack, my dog. So eventually I found him just before night was coming on a cliff, and I couldn't get him, so we had to leave him for the night. I called up my friend who I'm staying with, and we had to leave him there for the night, screaming and crying. We came home. I was terrified. I didn't want to lose my dog. I hadn't yet joined up all the dots of what Salaman means and being in such an incredible place. I put on Facebook what I was going through, and everybody sent love. And I think that we opened the crystal gateway, the 101 gateway, through. So again, I'm always working unconsciously. I don't know what I'm up to, where I'm going. The next morning at 7 o'clock in the morning, we went to try and get him. He was still on the rocks. We go through this Avatar jungle. I mean, there's no humans at all. It's so beautiful. And then we called the emergency. And by 10 o'clock, we're on the top of the hill on the car with the car. I parked my car below with water and a rug in case he came. And he found us on the top. Suddenly, Knack appears from nowhere. And Knack is a very brave, courageous dog. How come he couldn't get to us before? And suddenly he appears, and then the rescue team came. And then I went and did the research, which I'm going to tell you. So this is the rescue team. They just arrived. Here's Knack. He just arrived at that moment. These are the crystal rocks. It looks very much like the film, The Dark Crystal. And this is where this looks like a heart. This is where I was on these cliffs here. And these are, and it's much more incredible than this. I have to go and take you pictures. See these cliffs here? So I was in the middle of nowhere. Okay, so I'm going to show you just how incredible this story is. So thank you, Knack is safe and now sleeping after a big meal of meat and pasta. We found him still barking on a cliff this morning and decided it was too dangerous to try ourselves. So we called the emergency, and as we were waiting for them on the top of the hill, listening to the Florence Nightingales, which I thought all the nurses, chirping so delightfully, my dream I had last night came true. Suddenly Knack came trotting towards me out of nowhere. How he found us, I don't know, or how he got out of his hole or trap or cliff is a mystery. Blah, blah, blah. So anyway, I should explain that your prayers and good thoughts save Knack, and for sure. And I should tell you a bit about the magic of where he was and of the work we did in your goodwill for his safety, because it's a very special place. We are at Les Grottes Caves of Salamandra, the kingdom of the giants of crystal, in the middle of wild forest, halfway between the Pont du Gard and the Caverne du Pont d'Arc. So these are the two 101 Ark of the Covenant, the bridges over troubled water. The river says, so this is like Cézanne, runs through, and the beach I walk down to is called La Plage de Roi, of the king. So the Ark of the Covenant to make the kingdom over the bridge of troubled water. Now Salaman is Solomon, the 101 gateway, and by Knack being stuck all night, your love and prayers activated the crystal gateway through, in my humble opinion. There is a Daniel, tribe of Dan, DNA, Salaman cave in IRA, Anne, which is the same as the Italian and the Irish flag, red, white and green, two with exactly the same deep caves. In the film Picnic at Hanging Rock that I speak of in all my videos, Miranda from The Tempest, Act of the Tempest, is seen with a Salaman. There she is. with the Salomon. And this is also where I live in Aignan. They're called the Salomon forests. There are 9 forests. I live on the 322's my postcode, obviously, because it's a skull and bone spin. And the Salomon is the lizard, the patron of the 9 forests, so my code is 32290. You know, my address is the Road to Liberty. I've told you all that before. And, you know, I live my house is called the Cricket, the Cricket, the Jiminy Cricket, the Grillon. So, so the cliffs have huge holes like owl's eyes, and the beauty is just staggering. So the grace makes it to the peak of the mountain Akka the kingdom. Yeah, so Salomon is a lizard, same name as caves. Oh no, not people, please. Okay, oh, okay, go away. Oh. Before I lost Nak and looking for him, it was like being in the film Avatar. The jungle is as wild and pure. So he went for a reason, exactly a year that Happy died and Nak survived. I personally don't know how he suddenly appeared out of nowhere. I feel like the hand of God saved him. Again, the 5, because he would not get free last night. So, you know, this was... So let me just give you this post now. And then we're going to end. Okay. Okay. For those of you who get it, it takes 44 Akka 44 vision to see both sides of 2020 vision. 2222 is the VV, is half of 44. 88 plus 12 is the 101 gate. 8, pay your bill, or 8 by your own hate. For those of you who get that. Okay, this is my old videos. Everything's coming together. All these old videos of mine that take us all to where we are now. So this is the last thing I'm going to read you. So, freaks me out how I lived this with Nak at the Crystal Caves of Salomon. Join the dots. Miranda is seen in film with the Salomon lizard. Then she disappears. Death and the Girl of Grace. An Italian and English man, 101, lol, Lucifer, our Lord, our Roman Republic, Romulus and Remus, wolf twins, Valentine's Day. Okay, here we go. Sorry, I don't know how to turn that off. 101 is Solomon Gateway, but they made it Salomon, males, survived CV, Corona Crown Virus, C3 and 22V. That's the right spin of the swastika cross. The left negative spin. Okay, please. So this is why if I don't answer all my messages all the time, you have no idea how much work I'm doing. I work, 18 more hours a day. I'm always doing stuff, so don't think I'm ignoring you. I come back to you when I can. So, so this is all about the salamandra is an amphibian of the order Ordella, which is with many real creatures, often has been ascribed fantastic and sometimes occult qualities by pre-modern authors. The legendary salamander is often depicted as a typical salamander in shape with a lizard-like... Anyway, it's all about the Hebrew given name Shelomo, which is derived from the word shalom. Okay, this is this woman who stalks me, this black widow in my village. She's always sending me villages. She's a real, true narcissist. This is why I've had to hide from the village. I feel like she wants to prepare me for slaughter. Anyway, which means peace. This name was popular among both Jews and Christians during the Middle Ages. The first thing you should know if you are considering Salomon for your base is the baby's name. So the name Salomon is of Hebrew-Hungarian origins, which means it has more than one root, and is used mostly in Hungarian-speaking countries, but also in a few other countries and languages of the world. Salomon genealogy. The vast majority of Argentine Jews were descended from immigrants who arrived from Europe. These Ashkenazite Jews migrated from small towns or styles of Poland, Lithuania, Russia, Germany, Romania, or Ukraine, leaving behind most of their Jewish relatives. After 2 or 3 generations, those Jewish families lost track of their relatives having been saved from the war, emigrated to other countries like USA, England, or Australia. Okay, I'm going to put all this, but this is, you see, the man known as Salaman. The man known as Salaman came from the Great Swamp with an unknown objective. According to Quelena, around 200 years before the events of Dark Souls, she took Salaman as her first pupil. She taught Salaman the art of pyromancy with good results, despite her describing him as a bungling man. It is believed that Salaman returned to the Great Swamp, where he was quickly called Master Pyromancer thanks to his new abilities. He took pupils, Carmina being the most accomplished one. He also received the nickname Great Fireball. Well, this is the opening of the Olympics. You have the fireballs. This is what I read you in my last video. 2 videos ago, Wheels Within Wheels of Ezekiel, Great Wheels of Fire, Great Balls of Fire. This is what they're going to set off. In regards of the spell, he either used or created. So Salaman is the same man as Ezekiel. This is the Dogoman in the Dogoman tribes in Africa, where we get, you know, the man coming out of the water to teach the people of the astrology. The name Salaman could be made parting from the salamander, which is one of the multiple mythological beings of fire. Artistically, so this is the opening coming of the great balls of fire. And there were other things here, so this is very important, you see, on the those on the cliff, watch the tempest below them. Cliff, a steep rock face, especially at the edge of the sea. The surname Cliff is derived from the Old English word cliff, which means cliff, rock, or steep descent. It is thought to have been a name used for someone who lived near a sloping cliff or the bank of a river. The whole thing was saturated in English iconography from the flag of St. George. That is the fixed cross. That is St. Martin. That is the dragon slayer. They want to kill her. She holds Medusa. They want to kill Kali, the woman who protects innocence, who protects the children, to the white cliffs of Dover. The Economist, Baggerhot, Brexit and English nationalism, the 30th of January 2020, a high steep surface of rock, earth or ice. Standing at the edge of the cliff, he watched the waves crash on the shore, far below. January the 3rd, 2020, Baghdad International Airport, Baghdad, Iraq. 3. The Trinity, only grace makes it through to the peak, to the third eye thalamus. Kazem Soleimani, remember my videos, was an Iranian major, ground control to Major Tom, general in the Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps, and from 1998 until his death of 2020. So commander of its Quds Force, 4-4, four-wheel drive, the Spin, the Great Balls of Fire, Ezekiel, a division primary responsible for extraterritorial military and clandestine operations. Okay, so we've got most of that here, but this is the famous film, Only One Makes It Up, Grace. This comes back to the film Dogville, Grace, that I told you to go and see. Okay, one last thing to show you. Okay, I'm going to put in the link, the video of the predicative programming of this Olympic, and it was finished with the Who playing. But you see, the great balls of fire brought to you by Doctor Who Doolittle. The idle man cannot think above the lower belt flesh to become spirit. The 40 days and 40 nights isolation about to be let free. To the anti-clockwise spin that you create, energy goes where focus flows. The Taurus Bible, balls of Mars, fire. You see, Mars wants to take over the spin of Taurus. Venus, the five-pointed flower of eternal life, or fixed in the five-pointed Olympic rings, about to go retro for 40 days and 40 nights from May Day, pole spin, 11th of the 5th. As Pluto, Saturn, Jupiter go retro in Sagittarius, mutable fire. On Altair, the 3-3 T-Rex Scotty Phoenix, the swastika right-left time warp of the Rocky Horror, a jump to the left, a jump to the right, or the waltz of CC33, Camille Claudel did the sculpture, the waltz, as we see the sculpture of Diane Dodie under the Phoenix. the D-Day, Disney, Sydney, Wizard, Darwin, Ezekiel 49, so that's 64, when I'm 64, or 23 twin pairs of DNA makes 46. The 9 is also a 6. I looked, I saw an immense dust storm come from the north, an immense cloud with lightning flashing from it, a huge ball of fire glowing like bronze. Within the fire were what looked like 4 creatures. These are the 4 fixed stars that I've shown you. Glowing like bronze. Within the fire were what looked like 4 creatures, vibrant with life. Each had the form of a human being, but each also had 4 faces and 4 wings. Their legs were as sturdy and straight as columns, but their feet were hoofed like those of a calf, and sparkled from the fire like burnished bronze. On all 4 sides, under their wings, they had human hands. All 4 had both faces and wings, with the wings touching one another. They turned neither one way nor the other. They went straight ahead. Well, there's your balls of fire. This is the 4-wheel drive. This is, you've got to have 40-40 vision or trapped in half the arc. Okay, darlings, I'm going to leave you there. I don't know whether this fire is going to be the anger of hell hath no fury like that of a scorned man, whether it's going to be literal fire, London burning, if this is going to be just the massive spin of our division, of our 2 ways of thinking and seeing. But try not to focus too much on silly old Bill Gates. He is just a prop. He totally doesn't exist. And, you know, those people who can't see through the game, they will remain in this flesh game. And I don't think we can help people anymore. And there's nothing to worry about, my darlings. I love you very, very much. And take care. And I'm free for readings again now. I've just been through a batch. And you can find, I'll put all the links at the bottom of this video. I love you. Bye-bye.